Hey loves, in this video you are going to be learning how to cut a strapless or two bustier top. I hope you find this video helpful and resourceful, and let's get into it, guys. Firstly, I'm going to use my ruler to make a straight line on top of my paper to serve as my starting line. Then impute all the vertical measurements starting from the starting line, which is also the shoulder line. Mark 7 inches as my chest point, 10 inches as my bust point, 13 inches as my under bust, 15 inches for my waistline, and 20 inches for the length of those blouse. Using my ruler, I'll make all these points a straight line and label them. The chest line, the bust point, the under bust, the waistline, and the full length. On the shoulder line, impute shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 15 inches divided by 2, that's 7.5. Then I'm going to impute the neck circumference, which is 3 by 3. 3 for the width and 3 for the depth. Then I'm going to go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope at that 7 inch point. Then I'll make my shoulder slope. Then from that point, I'm going to go down by 7 inches for my armhole length and use my ruler to extend it just like this. On the armhole line, impute round bust circumference divided by 4. Mark it, then at that point, go down by ½ inch. Then I'm going to be imputing my nipple to nipple span. My nipple to nipple span is 7 inches divided by 2, that's 3.5. I'll mark it on my bust point, on the chest line, on the under bust, and on the waistline. I'll just extend it to the full length, just like that. And I'll use my ruler to make it a straight line. At the under bust line, from the line to the center front, I'm going to impute ½ inch, while from the line to the side front, I'm going to impute 1 inch. While on the full length, I'm going to impute ½ inch at both sides, and I'm going to use my ruler to join both lines from the under bust to the full length, just like this. After that, I'm going to divide what I have at the shoulder there and mark the center. Then I'm going to use my ruler to extend that center to meet the bust point, just like this. So for the neckline of this bustier, I don't want mine to be exposed, so I'm going to be making use of 6 inches for this neckline. So from the starting line, I'm going to measure 6 inches and I'm going to mark it, then use my ruler to extend it a bit. Then at the both side of that line, I'm going to take ½ inch at both sides, ½ inch at both sides of the shoulder line, and I'm going to use my ruler to extend it to meet the bust point, just like this. After that, I'm going to curve the line facing the center front to meet the chest line, just like this. You can make yours deeper than that. Then the other line facing the side front, I'm going to curve to meet below the ½ inches I went from the armhole. I'm going to curve just like this. Then after cutting, use my ruler to extend it a bit. From the under bust, I'll curve the dart to meet the bust point, just like this. Just what the way I'm curving it is not straight. On the armhole line, I'm going to impute my round bust measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to add the 1 inch that I've taken plus 1.5 inch allowance. That makes it 2.5 inch allowance I'm going to be adding aside the measurement. Then I move to the waistline. I'm going to impute my waist measurement divided by 4, then add the that I've taken, then plus my sewing allowance. I'll do the same thing also for the hip line. Impute my round hip measurement divided by 4, then add the allowance I've taken plus the sewing allowance, and I'm going to use my ruler to join all those points together. Then I'm going to label the part of the front piece, the center front, the side front. From the bust point line, go down by 1 inch, then use the ruler to slant to meet the bust point, just like this. We are going to be closing it up later, so we'll move to the drafting of the back piece. For the back piece, I'm going to be extending all the vertical lines on the front piece because I'm going to be drafting the back piece closer to the front piece. So I'll just extend all the vertical lines on the front piece, just like this. For this bustier, the waistline for the back and the front is going to be different because we take the measurement differently. So there's going to be 1 inch different from the front and the back. Yours might be 2 inch different. So after taking the measurement separately, from the shoulder to the waist of the front piece, we have 15 inches. While from the shoulder to the waist of the back piece, we have 14 inches. So that's 1 inch different from the back and the front. And that is one of the reasons for the bust dart, because after closing up the bust dart, the waistline of the front piece and the back piece is going to align. I hope you understand. From the starting line, then I'm going to measure 14 inches for the waistline of the back. I'm going to mark it, then use my ruler to make it a straight line and label with the waistline 14 inches. I also went ahead to label the front piece waistline 15 inches, and I shaded the bust that we'll be cutting out. So for the center back, I'll use my ruler to make a straight line. After that, I'm going to impute my nipple to nipple span, which is 3.5. I'll impute it on the armhole line, on the waistline, and also on the full length. I'm going to use my ruler to join all these points together. So on the waistline, I'm going to take 1/2 inch at both sides, while on the armhole line, I'm going to take 1/4 inch at both sides. While on the full length line, I'm going to take 1/4 inch at both sides. Then I'll use my ruler to join all those points together. After that, I'm going to be imputing all the round body circumference. On the armhole line, I'm going to impute my round bust measurement divided by 4 plus the dart we have taken, which is 1/2 inch, and the 1.5 inch sewing allowance. That makes it 2 inches allowance will be adding to the measurement. While on the waistline, the round waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch that we take from there plus 1.5 inch allowance will be adding. That's 2.5 allowance plus the measurement. While on the full length, we'll be adding the round hip measurement divided by 4 plus the 1/2 inch that we take plus 1.5 inch allowance will be adding. That makes it 2 inches allowance will be adding plus the measurement. So I use my ruler to join all those points together. Then I'll label the back piece, the center back, and the side back. This part is optional. It depends on how deep you want the back of your blouse to be. So from the armhole of the center back of my blouse, I'll go down by 3 inches, and I'm just going to use my free hand to curve it to meet the armhole, just like this. After curving out the back neckline, I'm going to cut everything out. So watch closely how I cut every part of this blouse out. After cutting, I'm going to keep the back piece aside. We'll be closing up the bust dart in the front piece. So I'm just going to use my scissors to open up the bust dart. So after I'm done opening it up, I'm just going to place it on top each other like this. So when opening the bust dart, don't open it up totally. You will leave a bit space, like 1/2 inch space. So I'm just going to close it up like this and use my tape to hold it down to keep it in place. So guys, just watch the way I will do it. After closing up the bust dart, this is how it's looking. So I'll just bring back the back piece and align the waistline to show you guys what I meant earlier. So after closing up the bust dart, the waistline of the back piece and the front piece align. But I made a mistake earlier because the waistline are different. So the blouse length of the front and the back piece are supposed to be different, like 1 inch different or 2 inch different. So when I tried to align the waist, I noticed that the blouse length of the front and the back did not align. So as my blouse length for the front is 20 inches, the blouse length for the back is supposed to be 19 inches. That's 1 inch different. So I'll just be minusing 1 inch from the blouse length of my back piece so that everything can align. Please take note of this mistake. I'm sorry for making this mistake. I forgot totally. So please take note of it and don't make the same mistake I did, and I hope you understand. So after marking out the 1 inch, I'm just going to use my scissors to cut it out. After cutting it out, you can see that the side front and the side back align properly. Please, if you have questions on this tutorial, do well to put them down in the comment section. I will try as much as possible to answer all the questions. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps and it was able to be of use to you. If you want to add zip to your own blouse, go ahead and add your zip allowance and fix your zip, because I didn't do that in the tutorial. If you want to add loops, go ahead and do so. Any one of your choice will do. So guys, I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.